Hello, fellow mayors. Welcome back to Crystal Run County. The town of Hillside Estates is coming along nicely. The golf course is attracting many new wealthy residents to the area who have started moving into the developments around the golf course. The demand is so high that a new high-density housing area is slated for construction on this hill that overlooks the area. I started running some roads just to get some basic ideas of the area, and I think I'm going to make a change. And what I want to do on this hill is zone in some high-density European style buildings. And they're going to be kind of carved up into the hill. And it's going to have a really nice effect. I think what we'll do is zone them on one side of the road so they're facing outward. So let's go ahead and do some terraining to kind of give an idea of where the roads are going to run. That looks pretty good so far, but I think I want it to be a little less uniform, a little more organic. So I'm going to put some dips and rises in these little tiers that we have here. And that way it'll create interesting spacing, kind of almost like a wavy look to the buildings. That'll just bring some cool character to the area. I feel like terrain and elevation is one of those unsung heroes in making your city look beautiful, look unique, look interesting. Just what you do with the terrain and how buildings lay on the land, where they face, all that stuff. This makes your city look more interesting, probably more attractive than a city that's on flat land. Now, of course, if you like building your city on flat land, by all means, do it. And now I'm going to use the dirt road just to get a basic idea of how the roads are going to look in this area. A little touch-up work on the terrain. I don't know if you noticed, but I am making an effort to make three-way intersections on the four-lane road here instead of four. This helps a little bit better with traffic flow. I think that layout looks really good. What we need to do is paint the district, convert the roads to, I think, the two-lane European road with the stone walkway. It's going to look really nice. And run some fencing so we can remove the zoning blocks on the side of the road that's on like the cliff piece, and allow the road below that to expand its zoning tiles on the side that's away from the cliff. And you'll see what I mean in just a second. Some of these roads are a little steep, but I have driven in New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, and I have some steep roads there too, so you know what? I think I'm going to keep some of them. And that looks pretty good. All we have left to do is some zoning. And we'll fast forward. The zoning is complete, as well as the town of Hillside Estates. So let's take a nice look at the results of the high density European on the hill here. And then we'll go ahead and look at some stuff in greater detail, as well as take a look at some of the features of the final town. I really like the way the buildings look, the tiering, the trees. It just looks really nice. You can see a lot of the trees, the rocks, like the little short grass and little detailing stuff. There's paths in here to help move people from the high density residential area into our commercial area. Down here is kind of a town center / commercial area with a ferry. We got parking in front, nice little plaza in the middle, which is the outdoor study from our campus. Nicholas Jaffa Government Center is our main government building in the area. Mixed in with some of the office that's designated as IT. A couple of the larger services are in here. And then on the other side of that, we have our library, high school, some plazas, some parking, a couple of the courts and stuff like that. In the center of our high density area, we have the Johan Place Market. It blends in beautifully with the high density European district style. And next to that, we have Cities by Diana Sanctuary of Worship, a very beautiful building. It brings a nice look to the area. And we have a few services in this area as well, so Park Life DLC assets. I use the gravel path as wood docks for like a marina. It's bordered by the stone. It's a shame we don't have actual boat props to place next to them. And a beautiful waterfall that comes down along our residential area. A nice high school next to a park with some of the little stands from our local and organic produce zoning. On this road with some sharp bends, I wanted to kind of create a guardrail without actually running the monorail track. I lowered the lane and created a bridge, and then raised the lane up around it. This is the European 2-lane road / bridge. Also, I want to mention there's tram running throughout the area, connecting the folks from Hillside Estates to all parts of the city. Up in the hills here, we have a few services on our right with a lot of houses sitting in the woods, and I wanted to kind of create a nice sparse area up in the hills. I made an attempt to create a boat ramp using the dirt path and some stone. That way people can haul in and out their boats. I really like the different layering in this area. There's some really beautiful views, and once again using the terrain to make the city look better. And I have a little bunch of cabins in the hills up here, like 1x1s and 2x2s from European suburbia. Made an attempt to create a rock slide. You can see the spine of the mountain kind of comes down, and they have their bridge and a bunch of crumpled rock that runs into the lake. And there's some services and stuff up here just to help boost land value a little bit. A couple more European suburbia type houses back here. And then there's a mix throughout this area of European suburbia, the plain old vanilla, and the self-sufficient. There's some really nice houses along the water. Beautiful houses along the lake, a little mix of high density. Another little servicey area with some office and stuff like that. I forgot to mention I created a little office kind of complex with some parking tucked in the hills using the IT specialization. And then down towards the highway, tried to keep some spacing between the buildings, like homes in the woods. And of course our golf course. We have ferry running along the waterway we created, as well as biking on the left side, and actually a decent amount of people are using it. At the mouth of the river, I put a bunch of stones to hold the land in place. I think it looks really cool. We have our tram depot over to the left, as well as some residents living right up against the golf course. You can see the bike path runs all the way into town. Goes pretty far. Like I said, people are using it, which is good. I also created a simple interchange connecting this area directly to the highway. It helps unload the partial cloverleaf we built earlier and gives these folks an easy way in and out of the area. And then we have a few developments up against the golf course along the avenue. I tried to use the paved walking path to be, well, a paved walking path in the development that you might go running or walking on. And people are actually using that. And some of the developments are a mix of buildings. This one here is all self-sufficient, low density, just playing with different district styles and different themes. And that's the town of Hillside Estates. Let's take one more fly over the area. I did make an effort for Hillside Estates to kind of blend into the rest of the map and avoid creating that hard edge that you get sometimes when you zone right up against the tile edge. Especially in the mountains here, I think that was a big time success. I wish over here by the golf course that there wasn't that patch of no trees. That would have been perfect, but that's just how the map is. But all in all, I think it turned out really nice. The town of Crystal Cove has been recently founded by folks with a strong tie to the sea and fishing. In the next few episodes, we'll have to see what kind of town they develop into. Until then, I wish you the best and brightest cities you can create. And as always, happy building.